Okay, so today we're back at Ontario Grower Supply. We're going to talk a little bit about starting some seeds, vegetables, and your favorite house plants for the whole family and your children. Dan's joining me here today, so we're going to try and give a few tips. The advantage of growing your own vegetables and flowers at home is that you can have total control. It's low cost, can be disease-free, pesticide-free. So again, all very healthy, very nutritious. And it's also educational for the whole family, including your children. The most popular way to start indoors is a hydroponic method. So whether we're growing right in cocoa peat, perlite, or even this stuff here, Rockwool, which is a spun mineral fiber, holds even amounts of air and water. Very easy to use. It's not messy at all, doesn't fall apart. So what we've done here is just pre-soak some Rockwool ahead of time. We want it moist and damp like a sponge, as you can see here. And we're simply just going to make a little hole on top of this cube and put some Swiss chard and broccoli seeds in. So in this example, we're using the bottom half of the Rockwool cube. So most Rockwool cubes come with a hole on top. Here we've turned them upside down, and as Dan will attest to, it creates a lot of air and oxygen to the root zone there.
Helps with airflow so that your sprouts don't mold over. It also helps speed up germination as well. Just kind of keeps everything just happier, in my opinion.
Yep.
So right there, I just made a 1/4 inch hole in here and just dropped a couple broccoli seeds in there. So just in a couple days, they should sprout with a little bit of love.
Yeah, anything like peas, broccoli, Swiss chard are very easy to grow. They can grow back again. You don't even have to reseed them, just cut them down at the base and they'll grow back, especially the Swiss chard. It's very hardy, puts up with cooler temperatures, etc.
Also, a great idea is to also mark what you have just planted so you remember.
Yep, most of us think we're going to remember what we planted and in what spot, but 24 hours later will be at a loss. So record keeping is essential in seed starting, especially in more complicated growing. Another fun thing to do at home, and it's easy to do, is find a house plant or any kind of clipping. So here we have a Christmas cactus. What we normally do is using a rooting hormone and dip it into the rooting hormone and then dip it directly into a cube here. So you could use something as simple as a clean knife or a pair of scissors to make a half decent hole for a cutting. And then we're simply just going to insert it right into the cube. And again, we're going to keep this moist for as long as it takes to root, so it could be a few weeks. During that process, when we have the seeds in here, we're going to cover it up with a propagation dome, a tall dome, to help trap humidity and create some higher heat for this propagation process.
Right here, I got a little piece of bamboo, same thing, cut on a 45-degree angle if you can. Tear a little piece, grab your clean scissors, just like this, little hole. And from as simple as that, just put it right in, just like that.
So to speed up that process, we usually suggest some kind of rooting hormone, which is an acid that encourages rooting. This is a very common one out on the market, and it has a built-in fungicide. But again, there's many others out there. So again, these plants will root within 7 to 10 days. Different types of seeds here. Depending, we'll start anywhere from 3 to 10 days. Again, just depending on the type. And again, they don't require a lot of food. So most of this stuff, once they get established, you won't need a lot of nutrient compared to tomatoes, peppers, or other crops. These things you'd use like a quarter strength food. House plants like this, once they're established, you'll water and feed once a week kind of thing. Probably feed even less. Another popular thing to do at home that's easy, economical, and quick to grow are sprouts. So Mum Sprouts is a very popular brand in Canada here, organically grown seed. So these aren't vegetables per se, but actually 7 to 10 day sprouts. The most common one being wheatgrass. Pretty popular. It's considered a superfood, so people grow it a lot. They use it in smoothies, drinks, or even just add it into their normal cooking or salads. Another popular one is broccoli and kale. So most people know the nutritious qualities of kale and broccoli, but the advantage of these sprouts is they pack a lot of nutrition many times compared to their adult or their fruiting counterparts. So for example, 1 gram of sprouts will give you something to equal to 50 grams worth of the adult sprouts. So broccoli, for example, you'd have to eat 50 times the amount of broccoli to get the nutritional content and quality that the broccoli sprouts would deliver. So it's a good way to get fresh, nutritious food in a small, compact form. So it's really popular with kids or people that don't like vegetables. It's a good way to get all those vitamins and minerals that we need on a quick and small scale. Kale, again, considered a superfood. This will grow in 10 days. You just simply cut it and harvest it, throw it into the blender or put it on top of a sandwich or a salad or
Pizza is great on pizza. Great on pasta as well. Just pretty much good on anything.
Yep.
Yep.
Another popular one are radishes, so daikon radish. I forget the other one, doesn't matter.
Mustard is also really popular.
Really
It gives a
popular.
little bit of a spice.
Nice kick and a little spice, so it's a good way to add to your homemade recipes without breaking the bank. And it's fresh and easy, and you know what's gone into it. So if you're growing it at home, you know hasn't been contaminated or treated with any pesticides or herbicides. And again, the low cost thing. So everybody knows that food prices are only going up, especially with the pandemic and worker shortage, etc. And just having our food travel around the world, right? So food security is a big thing. So being able to control and do your own thing at home is a huge advantage for people, and more people are researching it. So again, to grow something like this, you don't necessarily need Rockwool. Most commonly, they'll use some kind of soil mix. This is an organic premium mix. You basically put a thin layer into a white tray like this, throw the seed down, put another thin layer of propagating soil down, put the lid and dome on, and within 7 to 10 days you'll have nutritious sprouts.